Hello, and welcome back to another video. So, I have been feeling some withdrawals since I came to the acceptance that Better Call Saul is completed. So, I thought today I could go through some facts or trivia about the show, things I could find. I don't know if they're accurate or not. I didn't fact check them, so if any of them are not accurate, feel free to let me know. But with that, sit back, relax, and let's get started. It started as a throwaway line between producers, but Better Call Saul has turned into one of the most popular spin-off shows ever, and one of those rare sister shows that viewers rate as highly as the original. The Breaking Bad prequel has won numerous awards and critical acclaim, garnering some pretty big celebrity fans. The first fact: Better Call Saul was going to be a comedy. The concept of a Saul Goodman spin-off started as early as season 2 of Breaking Bad, initially as a throwaway comment before the concept grew and grew. On the Better Call Saul Insider podcast, co-creator Peter Gold explained, "Instinctively, we knew there was a show there. Who was this guy before he was Saul Goodman?" he asked. Because the character was such a big personality, initially the Saul Goodman spinoff was going to be a half-hour comedy show. But writers Gold and Vince Gilligan were intrigued by the character's past and where it could go. The second one: Breaking Bad prophecy. In episode 15 of the 5th and final season of Breaking Bad, Saul Goodman says to Walter White, "If I'm lucky, month from now, best case scenario, I'm managing a Cinnabon in Omaha." And after fleeing Albuquerque, Saul, aka Gene, ends up doing exactly that, working in a Cinnabon in Nebraska, Omaha, in the black and white scenes that bookend seasons 1 through 5 before featuring significantly in the final season. Number 3, Baking Bad. To make Gene even more authentic, Bob Odenkirk learned how to make real Cinnabon rolls. He was taught by someone from the Cinnabon head office in a real bakery to make sure he could do it correctly on camera. Genuine Cinnabon staff were also used in the filming of the Cinnabon scenes. Number 4. Just because you're paranoid does not mean they're not after you. Gene, in the flash forwards, is not the confident, brash character Saul Goodman was. He's morose and paranoid, and maybe with good reason. Eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed that the obnoxious man in season 5, episode 1, who recognized Gene as Saul in the mall, was also the cab driver who picked him up from the hospital in episode 1, season 4. The same cab driver who also had an Albuquerque air freshener in his taxi. So perhaps Jean is not so paranoid after all. Number 5. The pets in the vets look just like their owners. Shady vet Dr. Caldera, played by comedian Joe DeRosa, may have criminal learnings, but he's also a dedicated animal doctor. The legitimate pet owners that we see in his waiting room all had pets specifically chosen that look like them. Jimmy, meanwhile, has a goldfish, which some have speculated represent the character in some way. Does Slippin' Jimmy equal a slippery fish? The fish came to represent Jimmy's grasp on the more innocent aspects of his personality. In that way, it could symbolize his conscience. Number 6. There are secrets contained in the episode titles. The episode titles all have special meanings. In the second season, for instance, the first letter of every title revealed a hidden message. Speaking to Vanity Fair, Peter Gould explained, "We had this very bright idea of encoding the words Frings back in the episode titles," he said. Fans of the show managed to decode it much earlier than the writers expected. We thought we'd be revealing it maybe sometime over the summer. I guess we really underestimated the genius and hard work of our fans, Gold admitted. Number 7. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul timelines collide in season 4. It's commonly thought that Breaking Bad will pick up where Better Call Saul ends, but in fact, the show's timelines have already crossed by way of a flash forward in episode 5 of season 4. Luckily, producers found the original set of Saul Goodman's office, but had a little trouble recreating the plaster on Saul's nose to be exactly how it looked in Breaking Bad after Jesse punched him. One for Sign Files. Breaking Bad was entirely shot on film, so to make this scene feel like it's part of the Breaking Bad timeline, it was also shot on film. I'm assuming this list came out before the series ended, so there may be some things in here that were speculation that we now know for certain. Number 8. Bob Odenkirk and Michael McKean both have comedy backgrounds. Saul Goodman himself, Bob Odenkirk, is a stand-up comedian and comic actor and had not played such a serious character before taking on the role of Jimmy. Michael McKean, who plays Jimmy's brother Chuck, is also a well-known comic actor, best known for his role as David St. Hubbins, lead singer of Spinal Tap in the cult 1984 rockumentary This is Spinal Tap. In an interview with The Guardian, Vince Gilligan commented about the use of these comic actors. Peter and I have this theory that if an actor can be funny and make you laugh out loud and give a wonderful performance in doing that, it's a lead pipe cinch that they can do drama. The reverse, I don't believe, is necessarily true, he said. Number 9. One for the conspiracy theorists out there. In his very first episode of Breaking Bad, Saul Goodman gets Badger, played by Matt Jones, to fill out a check to Ice Station Zebra Associates, claiming it's a holding company he uses for funds. In Better Call Saul, Season 2, Episode 3, Jimmy and Kim watch the real film Ice Station Zebra, and in Episode 6 of the same season, when Jimmy and Kim have performed a con, we see Kim holding a check made out to Ice Station Zebra Associates. This appears just to be for fun at the time, but does this company get established in the final season? And if so, who is behind it and who is running it by the time of Breaking Bad? ScreenRant.com argues that this could explain Kim's absence from Breaking Bad. Kim secretly running Ice Station Zebra Associates in cahoots with Jimmy would neatly explain her Breaking Bad absence. Number 10. Better Call Saul has some pretty powerful friends. Billionaire Warren Buffett is a big fan of both Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. In one of only 10 tweets he's ever written, he mentions the season finale of Breaking Bad along with a photo of himself dressed as series protagonist Walter White. Buffett was a fan of the show before it even began. During filming of the first season in 2015, the investor and philanthropist visited the set of Better Call Saul, even wrapping himself in Chuck's space blanket. Great writing, great acting, great people. When Vince Gilligan is in charge, a show is a cinch to be 5 stars. Gene being in hiding in Omaha is also a nod to Buffett, known as the Oracle of Omaha, as well as it being conveniently 700 miles away from Albuquerque. Buffett even gets a name check in the opening scene of the very last episode of Better Call Saul. When Mike and Saul are sharing thoughts on where they would go in a time machine, Saul says, May 10th, 1965. That's the day Warren Buffett took over at the Berkshire Hathaway. The lawyer explains that if he went back in time and invested his $500,000 cut from Lalo's stolen bail money on that day, he could come back to the present and be a billionaire, or maybe even a trillionaire. Number 11. The show uses a familiar tequila. Obviously, Better Call Saul regularly pays homage to its predecessor, yet one of the subtlest nods is the use of a rare brand of spirit. On Breaking Bad, Gus Fring, poisons an entire drug cartel with Zafiro Añejo tequila, the same fictional brand Jimmy and Kim down while trying to bilk an investor in the first episode of season 2. Number 12. You should pay attention to what color people are wearing. Gilligan's fanatical dedication to detail includes the colors that get associated with each character. It was a major element in Breaking Bad. It's also a big part of Better Call Saul in the form of the fire and ice theory, partially confirmed by writer Peter Gould, who confessed that hotter colors like red were associated with criminals. That means cooler colors are meant for the innocent. So it's curious that Jimmy's car is yellow with one red door. Number 13. The cast lived together during filming. The performances of the cast of Better Call Saul complement each other and make for a compelling watch for viewers. This is due to the fact that, in real life, the actors are rather close to the point of being roommates during filming. Lead actor Bob Odenkirk revealed that fellow cast members Rhea Seehorn, Patrick Fabian, and Josh Vaden stay at his home in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Odenkirk mentioned that the four of them often have dinner or go out hiking together between shots. Number 14. Bob Odenkirk initially didn't want to do a spin-off. As much as Better Call Saul's lead actor Bob Odenkirk enjoyed his experience playing the lawyer on Breaking Bad, he was hesitant to jump into doing a full series as the lead actor. Odenkirk was initially reluctant to take on the spin-off due to spending time apart from his children. However, his son told him to accept the job. When my son heard I wasn't doing it, he said, "You're going to disappoint a lot of people." I said, "I'm going to disappoint a lot of strangers." His son said, "Well, actually, a lot of them are my friends," convincing Bob to take on the role. Jimmy is neighbors with a familiar Breaking Bad character. As Jimmy McGill, Saul Goodman's birth name and most authentic identity, it is revealed in Better Call Saul that Jimmy works on Juan Tabo Boulevard according to the address on his checks. Eagle-eyed viewers have made a connection between Jimmy and a fan-favorite character from Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad superfans on Reddit remembered that Gail Bedecker lives in an apartment on Juan Tabo Boulevard. Gail was an assistant hired by Gus Fring to work on Walter White's meth lab on seasons 3 to 5 of the show. Saul is based on Bob Odenkirk's agent. Saul Goodman's larger-than-life personality is so unique and recognizable that it could easily be mistaken for pure fiction. According to Bob, however, he based his performance on a real person. Odenkirk stated that Saul is trying to manipulate them into doing what he wants, and I think that's true for a lot of agents, as they're aware of certain scenario. Odenkirk also revealed that his first agent, Ari Emanuel, was a specific source of inspiration, adding that, "I think he would be proud of it. He likes being noticed, and I think he gets a kick out of people's estimations of his various talents." They gave Saul a deliberately bad haircut. Saul Goodman's signature comb-over hairstyle is almost as famous as the man himself. The often poorly swept-over hair is not a quick do-over by the hairstylists on Breaking Bad and in Better Call Saul, but a deliberate character choice. The details in how Saul styles his hair reveal a lot about the character and his self-image. It's cleaned up on the sides because he's all business, and the comb-over is to try to look younger, and the mullet is to try to look like a relaxed dude. And the last one. The show almost had an alternate ending. The series finale of Better Call Saul was largely well received by fans of the show. Most notably, former spouses Jimmy McGill and Kim Wexler reunite once more after Jimmy is sentenced to 86 years in prison, sharing a cigarette before Kim leaves, acknowledging Jimmy's signature finger-guns gesture. The show, according to showrunner Peter Gould, almost ended with the two of them smoking and filmed this alternate ending. After watching both cuts, Gould explained, "It felt more honest to end with the two of them apart rather than the two of them together." So that is all for the facts. Definitely some interesting things that I did not think of or know of, so I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I'll talk to you next time.